I'm Zach Frechette, and I'm the editor-in-chief of GOOD. GOOD is a movement of people and businesses and nonprofits who are trying to move the world forward. So we're a magazine, a website, we have events, we do some agency work, some consulting work, but basically trying to align people's interests so that they can, live the life they want to live, do the things they want to do, but by doing it intelligently, they're sort of having a secondary impact and making the world a better place. We've started doing a lot more work with companies who are interested in sort of connecting to people who share this sensibility. So like, IBM will come to us and say, hi, we're IBM, we want to talk about cities and how to improve them this year. Like, how does that align with your editorial interest? And like, can we create some content together? So with them, we did a series of infographics, we did some videos, we do some custom publications. But it's nice because we find it's a great way to work with companies where it's not just like them putting ad pages in the magazine or banner ads on the website. It's us saying, okay, there are ways that our interests are really aligned and we think could be valuable to our audience. So starting as a magazine in LA was awesome because we were a bunch of young, inexperienced people who were trying to learn as much as we could about the magazine industry and understand sort of where we could be innovative and do things differently. And I think if we had been in New York, we would have felt a lot more pressure to sort of do things in very conventional ways. So being out here really allowed us to sort of like come up with some new ideas and like try them out, and if they didn't work, they didn't work, but no one was sort of telling us like, you've got to do it this way, you've got to send direct mail to people, you've got to pay this much to acquire subscribers, you've got to do it in all these conventional ways. So that was really helpful. I mean, it's changed a lot in sort of the 5 years since GOOD has existed. I think when it started, the idea that it was sort of important for businesses and individuals to care about the world as one of their, as part of their value system was present but not mainstream, and that was sort of the reason we started. It was sort of our intention to kind of rebrand the idea of good. Like the notion of being a do-gooder was almost like a pejorative thing. It was sort of like soft and for hippies and tree huggers and bleeding hearts, and we thought that was silly. We thought that this could be a mainstream thing, that it could be cool, and that it needed someone to sort of celebrate that coolness. And that's why we exist, that's why we started. And it's amazing to us how much that's changed in 5 years. I think people would sort of agree that it has become a lot more mainstream. We're definitely not taking credit for that, but like definitely saying that we were part of that trend and like saw it and wanted to celebrate it and make it bigger than it was. And it's nice because it's not, you don't have to spend as much time now convincing people that sort of doing good is cool. Now it's sort of more built into a lot of things, and you see it with like big companies and small companies sort of baking it into their values and their products and everything that they do, and I think that's awesome. Sure, I mean, that's definitely a worry. Like, that's what you don't want to happen, is for it to just be so much everywhere that people get sick of it and it goes away. But I think the other possibility is that it becomes so pervasive that it is just like the default and everyone has to do it. Like, you can't be a company and not have caring about the world be part of your mission. I think it's definitely naive to sort of expect that companies would ever put that ahead of running the businesses that they run, but I think we're moving to a place where they're not going to be able to run their businesses unless they demonstrate that they genuinely care about those things. The future for GOOD, the company, is lots of different things, but I think the thing that excites us most is that we've discovered this large and growing population of people who sort of want to do good in the world, and We know they exist because they read our magazine and they come to our website and they come to our events. But the thing that gets us most excited is the possibility that we'll be able to actually activate them and turn them on and take them from people who are just sort of passively consuming information and educating themselves about what's happening in the world to people who are taking action and actually affecting change. And I don't know that we've figured out exactly how to do it yet, but we know that there's a big enough group of people out there who want to do it, and it's our opportunity to be able to turn them on and to get them to do something really amazing in the world.